what's up, Culture Drop? Coming at you with my favorite topic, emotional intelligence, the best intelligence there is. And with a word I'm gonna throw at you, equanimity. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Equanimity, that is a word you don't hear every day. That's a $10 word. What that means, by definition, is this: mental calmness, composure, and an evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. So basically being chill AF. In your journey as a human being to like level up and improve yourself, if you care about that at all, I think this is something to shoot for, is to like increase this skill, increase this ability. This is directly tied into emotional intelligence, specifically the bucket of emotional intelligence that is about self-awareness and self-control and self-management. Really it comes down to, are you able to be in control of yourself regardless of the situation, regardless of the feelings that you're experiencing and what is going on for you in the moment. I kind of tie this in also to kind of like emotional maturity. If I'm really flustered or frustrated about something that's going on, am I able to process that emotion, feel that emotion without it completely overrunning my outward behavior towards other people, how I behave, how I speak, how I'm acting as a result of like that very, very heavy feeling. This is a useful thing to have no matter who you are, what you do, if you're a human being in relationships, as a romantic partner. If you've ever had everything go terribly wrong in the middle of a vacation, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like you miss a flight, your wallet gets stolen, everything goes wrong, the hotel is a dump, whatever. You get there and be like, you've got two options, which is like, okay, be cool, here's where we are, we pivot, or just be like, everything's ruined, and freak out. And especially in a leadership position, this is really, really clutch and really, really key for leaders to have this ability to be able to do this, to have composure, to have a cool head in times of stress. One of the reasons this is important for leaders is because this is also involved when it's not you are the center of things happening to you. This is when an employee or a customer is losing their shit and freaking out. Can you remain calm? Can you be cool? Can you like keep your composure because like of that very, very stressful situation? It's so important, right? To like be the grounding anchor, and for leaders not to match people's energy if someone's freaking out or having a moment, or a customer, that we don't also like raise our voice or get mad or get flustered, that we can like remain cool in that situation. Okay, great. Now you are perfect at doing this. Just kidding. This is not easy to do just because I mentioned it. This is just like anything else that we want to level up in our lives that is like deep-seated and takes a lot of work. And just like anything, to like in terms of how do you get better at this, because that's really hard to do. You have a whole life of wiring and programming and experiences and like responses that you're like, if you want to change those pathways and change how that is for you, it takes a lot of intention. And so the first piece of that is just being aware of it, being aware of like, what is equanimity? Like, what does that look like? It's like, oh, this is something I do want to level up for myself because I recognize that's an area of opportunity for me. So like awareness and intention is a huge part of the beginning of that. Just to be like, I'm aware of this thing in myself. When I lose my over something or whatever, when something goes wrong, when I'm flustered, I notice times I'm like, man, I wasn't able to keep my composure here. So just the awareness of it won't make you perfect at it, but that's kind of the first step. And I think how do we get better at this is through intention. Making this a motto of yours, following it, like putting a Post-it note on your computer for a week or 2 weeks or for a month to be like, okay, this is like my main focus of something I want to level up. Do some research, like go online, get on Google or whatever, YouTube, and like look up, how do you keep your composure? There's so much free resources. There's always places where you can dive in, get other perspective, hear things like this from someone else with some tools and tips, do some investigating to be like, what are other tools? What are other things that you can use? I don't know everything in the world. There's lots of information out there about just being intentional, catching yourself, being easy on yourself. It's like you have a heated situation with a friend or in a relationship and you're like, I was not able to keep my cool. Just recognize that, acknowledge that. Maybe have a conversation to be like, hey, I have this intention of wanting to like keep a calmer head and be cooler. So like having that shared accountability by saying that to your coworker, to your team, to your leader, to your partner, to your friends, having that intention, having that shared accountability is really helpful. All of those things are things that can help you, but just being intentional, being aware of it, catching yourself and reflecting after a situation where you're like, hey, I totally did not keep my cool there. And like, how could I have done that better? I think just the repetition, the awareness is what helps us get better. These aren't things that we can just snap our fingers and become brilliant at tomorrow. Anyone that I'm gonna put into a leadership position, this is a quality that I'm looking for big time. Can they keep their cool when things are stressful? Because part of being a leader, right, in business is that like other people are going to lose their stuff and you're going to have stressful situations. So composure is a big deal. Okay, cool. Some tips, some thoughts from me. I hope that's useful. I love you. Go be awesome. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our channel. We put a lot of content on here. You can also subscribe to the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails in your inbox every Tuesday morning. Follow our social media channels. Put a lot of free content out about just being more awesome and building great teams.